CDC. We're not live. Are we live? No, let's do it again. We're live right now? Thanks for that countdown, guys. Welcome to At the Movies. Gus Mollasis. We're going to come back. We'll look at the opening of this great show, and we'll come back and talk about the wrap-up of the Sarasota Film Festival.
What is it?
The stuff that dreams are made of.
Stuff dreams are made of. We have a lot of energy in the room tonight. High energy. You know, like the Maltese Falcon. I love that opening. You know what, Casablanca, if you don't like Casablanca, stop watching the show. if the 230 countries that have banned me, and there's only 200 that exist, I don't even care. Morocco, right, where Casablanca is. I have my favorite guest on tonight, Roxy Baker. Baker Mollasis, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you, Gus?
Fabulous. You know, the Sarasota Film Festival ended their 23rd film festival. Can you believe that?
I know it. Amazing.
I've covered every one of them in some capacity, and this was different. This was different. I give Mark Famiglio, easy for you to say, credit for having the festival.
Yeah.
Because during these times, people have been afraid to come out.
Yes.
The parties were less. You went to quite a few films.
Yeah, I went to the opening night party.
Oh, you did.
At
you went
the
to
courthouse. It was gorgeous.
The soiree with Mr. Triforce.
Soiree.
Soiree. Tomato.
No,
See?
but it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was very tastefully done and great speakers.
And we're going to cover that film in...
Yeah, original splendor.
You're going to give a couple Roxy Awards away. I give away my Gussies.
Sure.
This is my favorite time of the year. It really is. This was a little bittersweet because it wasn't the same oomph. It wasn't the same oomph of, but they did very good. Petra and Paul Ratner did great. Nicole from Cine Bistro, great venue, right?
Oh, great venue.
I have to tell you, this is selfish. I still like to go in an empty theater when no one's there, so don't go all the time. This is just, I like to go roll them and sit in the back in the empty theater in those beautiful seats.
Yeah, that's nice.
Fabulous. Opening night, so you went to that?
Yeah,
you
was
went to
beautiful.
That event.
It was gorgeous.
Did you go to the Rita Moreno opening film?
I did not.
It's fabulous. She was here a few years ago. I told you I interviewed her, and she was very, very cool. And her husband took the camera and did the interview for us. And she mentioned him in her film. So tonight, you know, I love all kinds. I go and see the short programs, which you're going to talk about the Sarasota film shorts.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad was a meat man, so there was a film called, a lot of people don't know this, that really the cattle industry and rodeo industry really started, it didn't start west, it started in Florida.
Right.
And there's a film called State of Rodeo by Scott Barnett. I went to see this. They did a nice Q&A documentary, 50 minutes. It's fabulous, beautifully shot. Met his gals that helped him with the film. Let's go to this clip. This gets a Gussie. This is a highly prestigious award. This one right here. Go to that. I really loved this film. I have to tell you, it was they have access to it. It was educational, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because I was a meat man's son and I was around this, the meat market growing. But this is, that this is the state. It's
Yeah.
not Texas.
Right.
It's not West. It's here. So we talked in the break. You said you're not big. You don't like horse movies. I talked to Jay. I mean, you guys are like. We talk about horse movies that we love, like Rider,
Mustang.
Mustang,
Love it.
Lean on Pete, and
Yes.
then this one we're going to see Dream Horse a little bit later. I got a little review for you. But Sean Greenspan, and this film festival is about relationships. That's kind of the theme.
Yes.
Sean Greenspan runs Triforce Pictures.
Yes.
Like Mark Palmer over here has Mars Vision Productions. I knew Sean was going to make it in the industry when he had his little information booth outside of the film festival, and he was selling tickets. Really enthusiastic, passionate. He produced this film on the courthouse. It
Yes.
sounds like it would be
Dry.
right. And you,
Yeah.
What's your take on this film? Because
Original Splendor is the name of the movie. Sean, like you said, has so much passion. He's so sincere. It was just a lovely film about history.
Mhm.
And I guess I feel, because I've been coming here my whole life, my grandma's 98, she still lives here, she's still standing like the building. I don't know. I just feel
Yeah,
this
that's right.
like, and the fact that they did such a professional job of this documentary was amazing. And in fact, Alan Clements is the director. Should mention that.
Yeah.
I just want to mention everybody. Trishal Jairam was the cinematographer. Harry Schock was the
Beautifully
editor.
shot.
Very well done.
Well told. Yeah, it's not easy to do. And they talk about the renovation, the restoration. Karen Rushing, vote for her, because I tell you, this is kudos to her
Yeah.
for this. It's called Original Splendor. It gets a Gussie and a Roxy.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the clip.
Sarasota has changed so dramatically over the years.
What I want people to understand about the history of this building is the pride the community took when it first opened up. They sang, they said prayers, they listened to speeches from different people.
I think the impact of the Sarasota County Historic Courthouse was really an introduction of Sarasota to the world.
There's been a journey to get back into this building. A lot of restoration has gone on to allow for the historic elements to be restored, which really brings the building back to its original splendor.
Such a beautiful building. I feel like committing a crime, so they locked me up there. No.
No, having the opening ceremony there was gorgeous.
And you went to the party. It was
yeah,
fun.
it was
They do a
so much
first-rate
fun.
job.
So much fun.
Congratulations, Sean. You deserve that, because it's really And I love these historical pieces about our town that's forever changing. Save a building like that. You did something that's a great thing, a mitzvah. This film, I walked in. I always like sneak into the theater. I go to I'll see 40 minutes of a film. I stick my head in another. I stuck my head into this film called Best Summer Ever, and this won the. This is. I have to tell you, this is a beautiful acceptance, tolerance, inclusiveness about folks. And I just tell you, it won for Best Narrative Jury Prize at 2021 Sarasota Film Festival. And it puts a new spin on teen musical genre, and it's made up of original songs and cast and crew made up of people with and without disabilities.
Yeah, wasn't Zach Gottsagen from Peanut Butter Falcon
He
in
was in it.
Love him.
And you know how much we love that film.
Oh gosh, it's
And
one of my favorites.
I love that it was just natural. It wasn't like they made a big deal of it. I think right now in the state of wokeness,
Yes.
we're careful to say it's how we treat people. That's the big thing. And these people were treating, it was fabulous. I want to go to a clip of this. It's called Best Summer Ever. See it. It's about acceptance. It's a sweet little film. It'll change your point of view.
I just want to try to stay in one place for once. I could go to high school here.
So what do you think, Tony? Is this the year?
Could be.
Tonight marks the start of a new season.
We haven't won a homecoming game in 25 years.
Don't let us down. Introducing this year's homecoming queen. And you'll be my king. There's something off about this new girl. You have a boyfriend?
Did meet a girl this summer.
We had the most magical summer. Tell us how it all went down.
I met a boy up in Vermont.
She turned my whole world upside down.
This sounds so familiar. Tell me more, tell me more.
High school again. Time to say goodbye. Stacking my friends from the dawn. And nothing's changed.
What's going on? What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
I faked my resume to Lakeview. I had to keep up the lie to get through the summer.
I want the crown, and you're gonna help me get it.
And what if I say no?
Then I'll put these photos on blast.
Dance camp, Tony? Have you ever once thought about what I might want?
Tony.
I tell you what, that is a sweet film, and it's a tough film because it'll change, you know, your point of view. And I want kids to see this. This is the kind of film that I hope it's loaded whenever we're, I don't know, safe. To me, you got to go out. You got to live.
Yeah.
You know, especially kids. I don't want to get it political with the kids. It's, you know, this COVID thing, it's not really impacting them near as much. But great film.
Yeah, great.
You're a fan. You saw Surviving Lunch, which is KT Curran. I hosted that over at Cinematheque.
Oh, fabulous movie.
And you noticed this guy, and he has that it presence. Parker Padgett.
Parker Padgett, and
Yeah.
he won the best outstanding actor, you know,
Yeah.
upcoming actor,
Yeah.
whatever the
Breakthrough performance
Yeah,
kind of
breakthrough.
thing.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
you could tell when I saw Surviving Lunch, those kids were great actors, all of them, and he was.
He was
especially-
great in this little film, and it's called Icon with Tony Ahito, and it's really it's a kind of coming of age film. He has a girlfriend in there who's played beautifully by Devin Hales, and she becomes pregnant, and they how they deal with the pregnancy was so refreshing.
Yeah.
How mature, and it was based on a true story. We don't have a clip, unfortunately, but please, I want to give him and the film a Gussie and a Roxy.
Yeah.
I also have a couple honorable mentions because Catherine was in a film that opened up and played a couple times, Dangerous Ladies, about the suffragist movement. And it was fabulous about the history, and Kate Alexander was behind it. Charles Clapsaddle, there's a name, Clapsaddle and Mollasis, right? Fabulous film, great history, again, about the suffragist movement. Rita Moreno's film, opening night film, she was a tough, and she said it to me when I interviewed her. She said, I'm one tough Puerto Rican broad that was never going to give up. She's great. Centigrade was a film. I want to talk a little bit about this because I know the producer of the film, one of the producers of the film, Vincent Padilla. Is that his name? Vincent Padilla he was in the wonderful Jersey Boys.
Yeah.
He plays one of the 4 seasons, and I love that film.
Right.
And it's about a couple that gets kind of frozen into frozen in. Yeah, that's another movie. I'm not
Disney.
singing that song.
That's Disney.
Yeah, I'm not singing Disney.
Right.
But they get into a avalanche.
Avalanche.
And they get stuck in a car. And
Yeah.
it's.
And she's pregnant. So
She's
like,
pregnant.
talk
Just a
about
typical, day at
layers
Florida
of
thing.
tension. Yes.
But it was a tough film. But I want to give it credit because it's a tough film to shoot. They shot in like a cooler, and the guy. So I didn't get a chance to ask him at the festival, like working with Clint.
Yeah.
In a big production.
Yeah.
Versus this little kind of confined thing.
Yeah.
But I want to give him credit. And the best film I saw last year, which was on the big screen, and it's about my octopus teacher. I give it 100 on my score. I watched it on the big screen, and for sheer beauty, for inspiration, just a beautiful, gorgeous film. They played that as well. There's a little film, a short documentary film called Raw Honey. You saw that. That was in the shorts program.
Yes.
And the director, I want to make sure I get the director's name, James Barry.
Yes.
And the kid in there, the guy that's...
Yeah, Rye. His name's Rye.
I met him and talked to him. Tell me about what that brought out about that industry. It's such a beautiful Yuli's Gold is a film, right?
Oh, Yuli's Gold's a great movie.
It's done Victor Nunez, a film that was shot here in Florida.
It's just an earnest living. It's like farming, right? I mean, he cares about the environment. I mean, bees are all part of our environment, and just making the honey and how he stuck to it. And what a heartbreaking thing that he was at the fairgrounds all ready to promote his things, and he had all of his stands set up. I mean, it took days, and then they got shut down because of COVID, and you just felt for him. It was a really well done, I thought, doc.
And COVID struck. And
I love the name of his products, Honey, I'm Home. I mean, you know what I mean? Honey, I'm home.
You know what?
I think it's adorable.
Look his product up. He's over at the farms.
Farmer's Market,
yeah,
sure.
he's doing it. I want to have him as a guest on the show. Raw honey, James Berry. He gets a Gussie and a Roxy. Let's take a look.
Bees are such an extraordinary insect. I mean, they create this magical substance called honey. I mean, a lot of my life I felt very disconnected with nature, and I felt like I had not done what I should to this planet, and I've not cared for it as much as I want to. Sarasota County Fair comes once a year. Incredible opportunity for me as a beekeeper. I've never done a vending thing before, so this is a big deal for me. Finally finding something that's so unique to me, that I love so much, that actually helps the environment. And it's an amazing thing. It's like a total connection with nature. This is the career path I want to take, is beekeeping.
So sad.
I love this film, guys. Buy local. Go see this kid. He's fabulous. I love his heart. I love his intensity. I love everything about this. You know, I often ask people why they make a movie. When I ask them why they do, it's like, you know, it's like I go, what the hell did you do that for? But when I say, how did you do that? You know, because I know why I did. He's pure of heart, like that honey. It's beautiful. You know, I've never been to Bobby Jones golfing, and I probably never will because they closed the golf course. And now it's a field. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe put cows and horses there or something. But they did a little film called, and there was a G's Southern Kitchen.
Yes.
And tell me about the protagonist. His name is
Gordon Gregory.
Yeah, and what a likable fella he is.
Oh my gosh, and it's so sweet. Like his wife inspired him. Well, he actually started cooking to impress her on a date.
Yes.
And then it became this thing where he had to keep it going.
Yes.
And then he became this like great chef.
That's something I would never do.
I know, me neither. And this guy, Colin Reed, directed the doc about him, and it was just really sweet and gorgeous. He's got a food truck now, like
because the
pivoted.
Because he pivoted because the golf course changed, or closed, I should say.
Right.
And your only question was what?
Well, I just wish the marketing, like that was his chance to like say, I'm here or I'm here. And his Facebook page he needs to up his game on that. But I love him.
Let's get him on the show.
I want to support him. Like,
let's get him on the show and see
where
if we
is
can get some dollars.
I want some food.
Yeah, I love it because he makes that chicken. What was it, a chicken sandwich?
Yeah, look
Jay,
really
this
good.
is for you. This chicken sandwich was like better than Popeyes and dare I say Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Which is like my favorite chain. I mean, I could go through the Chick-fil-A. I've been on rotating. Really. I just love the people there too.
No.
They're the sweetest, most polite people.
But I
want to clone them.
But I like supporting local, and he's local, and I want to know where he is. So.
And this is called
G's Southern Kitchen.
I did not think that my first restaurant would be inside of a clubhouse at a golf course, let alone Bobby Jones golf course. There's how many chicken wing places are here? How many soul food places are out here? How many black-owned restaurants are out here? But after doing some careful research, not many. We need to get G's going because this is something that can propel us further than working for someone else. Spreading the soul food love is what I'm looking forward to.
Mia, make sure, Mia, that we get in contact with him. I like to have him on the show. I like him because I want him
you
to
want
bring
food.
some food. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know, that's not because I had such a good heart on it. Come on, man. Bring some food over, and we're going to help you. We're going to get some I don't know where he is. I want to see his food truck.
I do too.
But I like him to have like a little diner and have that chicken sandwich. That chicken sandwich was like wicked.
That looks good.
Years ago, and this is about relationships. That's what I love about this festival. It ties you in with the town. And I met a young man named Sam Curtis. I've kept in touch with his mom, and he's gone to California. He's become a producer.
Nice.
And he's opening this film, Summertime. I have not seen this. What I will do, I'll break my rule of Zoom. We'll have him zoom in. I don't like Zoom. We'll do it. It's Sam Curtis. The movie is Summertime. He's going places. He already is a place. He's in California in La La Land. He started here. He's a good kid. And I just took to this young man. It's a 95-minute movie. It's called Summertime, and he's the producer. I want to give you the director's Carlos Lopez Estrada. Let's take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the legendary Anubis and Ra.
There's no one here, Ra. It's just us.
Have you forgotten where we are? What kind of crazy, dope magic happens in this city every day?
$15. In this economy, do you know what I can buy with $15? No. Hell no.
Why are you here? Because this city needs me. There's literally a street that has stars in it with people's names.
$15 can get me a new outfit from the 4-star Better and Thrift store down the street. I can make chicken Alfredo for dinner for around $14.70. Purchase shampoo, conditioner, and leave-in for Marshalls at around $13.40. Lift home for $6.89. Climb into my night clothes, flop in my bed, open on my laptop, log on to Yelp, and write how ridiculous these prices are! Ooh. Take a little bit,
Look, it's me.
Maybe we're not even depressed. Maybe we just hungry.
So we're going to be kicking off a part of this show, which is going to be Gustradamus at the movies. I tell you what, the movie, how good it's going to be by a clip, right? This is how good I am. This is what I do.
I like it.
So I see things. Right? Yeah, I need medication for that. I'm giving this an 85. I know it's good work. I'm enticed by that. Are you guys enticed by that?
Yes.
It looks like a La La Land with some soul food and some Latina beat.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like that. We're going to thank our sponsors. We're going to thank Bookstore One. Thanks to Roxy. If you guys still read out there, do you? Do you? Please, somebody still reads. Go get a book from Bookstore One. It's at the wonderful corner of Palm and Main Street, one of the best corners in the United States. It really is. Georgia Court. I want to thank my buddy Eric, the Czechoslovakian mechanic who's got his head in an engine right now. And he's always busy. My friend Daniel Matuziak and Freddie Seeger were coming on board. They formed a real estate team. And who else am I missing? Mr. Ford, Andrew Ford, Sarasota State Auction Trading Company. Right near Burns Court, one of my favorite spots in town. Owen's Fish Camp.
Yeah.
Who's always slow. No, I'm kidding. It's like there's a line
jammed
from here to Chicago. It's ridiculous. So I want to thank the sponsors. Like and share the show. We're going to be doing some new interesting things with the staff, with Jay, with Mia, with Roxy, of course, with Peyton. Like food, like dinner and a movie.
Love
do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we're talking to Cinebistro. I think they're going to come on board, and we're trying to do community with this. If this thing has taught us anything, this COVID-19 stuff, it's like sense of community, help each other.
I agree.
And you start here. You don't like horse movies. You do like horse movies.
I like people. Okay. If horses are there, good.
Okay, Barbara Streisand, people. Are you going to start singing that? Do you like Toni Collette?
Oh, I love Toni Collette.
Right? What's the Little Miss Sunshine?
Yeah.
I love her.
She's amazing.
She's a fabulous actress.
She is.
And Damian Lewis, who I absolutely adore this little film. This is my sleeper pick. This is going to be playing at mainstream film theaters. It's going to be at Burns. It's going to be at Cinebistro. It's going to be at Lakewood Ranch. It's going to be a bunch of places. Go and see this. We need films. We don't always need films that are maudlin and Jackie Mason. You need something like a Rocky thing.
Yeah, I like
you
it.
feel like you've come out. I felt like this watch. I was by myself. I was eating like I was at Cinebistro. I was eating like one of those slider things and a bucket of popcorn. I was like crying and laughing.
That's awesome.
It's so embarrassing.
No.
But it's such a great film. This gets a Gussie. This was my favorite film of the festival because it gave me an up after my octopus teacher, which is also, please, those are things not to miss. Let's take a look at this clip, and then we're going to come back and wrap up with a couple of memorial tributes.
1683, please. £32.28, please.
I'm telling you, boys, she was my horse, and she won.
Haven't seen him in here before. Owns a racehorse, does he?
Owned? Word is, he almost lost everything.
Things are a little tight cash-wise these days, so...
Nice sirloin.
Cheers, Nettis.
I need something to look forward to when I get up in the morning. I'm going to breed a racehorse.
Absolute madness. It's normally wealthy professionals who go in for this kind of thing.
There's ways of doing these things, isn't there? 20 people in the village put in a tenner a week for 2 years.
When the horse is born, everyone will be owners. We'll all have an equal share.
If you lot are good enough to own a bloody racehorse, so am I.
It's a tenner every week, Kirby, you pillock.
Oh, God, he's gorgeous, isn't he?
He needs a name.
What about Dream Alliance? Is our dream, and we're all in it together, so Dream Alliance.
Dream Alliance!
Dream Alliance!
When you were little, remember, there's a less than 1% chance this horse will ever win a race.
He's facing the wrong way.
If he keeps going in that direction, he'll end up back in the village.
He's pretty rough around the edges.
Come on, lad.
Governor?
He's definitely got something about him.
Spirit.
Character. Like his own.
Be brave. This is what you want to do.
We're going to the races.
Our horse is gonna race! So proud of you. Seems like anything's possible.
The horse from nowhere has captured the hearts of the nation.
We lost our jobs, our community, even our pride. And then Dream came along and reminded us what life is like when you have hope.
So these guys, they invest at Dream Alliance. They all invest in this horse, and it's just you become attracted to their relationship. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You would do this, right? If somebody said, "Hey, put some money." I mean, if you liked horses.
Sure, I would.
We lost a couple of folks who actually I met and befriended. Norman Lloyd, who was 106 years old.
106. Yeah.
He was in St. Elsewhere. He was in Saboteur. He hung out with the likes of Orson Welles and Charlie Chaplin, and he was in Hitchcock's Saboteur. And I spent 4 hours with him on Longboat Key with Jake Jacobson. I can start crying right now. My buddy who has forgotten more about film than I know of anyone that I've ever met. We were on Longboat Key, and we're just talking about how Chaplin, he played tennis with Chaplin. He was talking about Chaplin telling him how he did The Flower and City Lights, and he was in, of course, the great clip of Robin Williams, Dead Poets Society.
Yeah.
He plays the teacher there, the headmaster.
They described him as professorial.
Professorial, yeah.
Yeah.
He was such a lot of energy. He was just so generous with his time. And then, of course, Olympia Dukakis, and I had a special kinship with her because she was Greek
Sure.
lady, and I interviewed her a number of times over the years. She was here a few times, and she had a nice long life. And tell me about your reaction to her in her career. She was in a lot of great films, and of course, Moonstruck. She won her Oscar.
Yeah, well, she kept working right up until the end. I think was it 2015 was her last. I mean, she kept working. Yeah. And I think her and Norman Lloyd both had in common, I mean, I always find this poignant, that they had the same marriage for I think Norman Lloyd was married for 75 years. Olympia was almost the same. Like
Yeah.
they were married to the same person. I just think that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just a sad fact about Olympia. Her Oscar was stolen in 1989 out of her house.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they left the nameplate.
Oh my God.
But poor thing,
What a
like
terrible
I
thing.
know, but I mean, beautiful lady, beautiful spirit.
Yeah, she was so generous with her. I interviewed her, and just with my Greek family around me, my aunt walked into the shot as
Aw.
we were shooting the interview. It was
That's
such
so-
like my big fat Greek wedding.
That's
And she
adorable.
goes, "That's all right, honey." And she gave me like a little Greek talk. She was so sweet. God rest her soul. Norman Lloyd, you know. You get emotional because you spend 4 hours. I mean, Jake Jacobson, what a sweet guy. He used to pop around this festival. This is about relationships, and that's why this was nice to be out. We're going to go out with a couple clips from these wonderful, wonderful people. And we'll see you guys at the movies and go to the theater. And Roxy, thank you for being here
Thank you.
always. And they're opened up. It's safe. It's like the best $5, $6, $7, $8 you can spend. Go out and see a great movie. We'll see you guys at the movies. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
Have I been a good wife?
Yeah.
I want you to stop seeing her.
Okay.
And go to confession.
A man understands one day that his life is built on nothing. And that's a bad, crazy day.
Your life is not built on nothing. Ti amo.
Anch'io ti amo.